Alex, if we could start with you, please. What can you tell us about the development of the car?
Yeah, I think like everything, we're always improving, and then it's a fight against the other teams. Obviously, McLaren and Renault were very strong in Paul Ricard, and we're hoping to bounce back strong here at our home racing as well. Of course, everyone's getting upgrades, so it feels a bit like an upgrade chase right now. So yeah, we'll see.
Sergio, if I could come to you now. Do you feel the team is paying the price for the uncertainty of the middle of last season?
In a way, yes, because, these days you have every team is so strong in the midfield. There is no bad teams anymore or teams that are too far away. Everyone is really there. So when you have such a tight margins, having an upgrade 1 or 2 races late hurts a lot. So yeah, I think we are, but as I say, I'm still very hopeful that we can turn our season around.
Kevin, coming on to you, it's your 50th race for Haas. What is the mood in the camp coming into this Austrian Grand Prix? Is there a sense of frustration building inside the team, both among the engineers and the drivers?
There's a little bit of sense of uncertainty because we don't really know what to expect. We know we've got a good car aerodynamically and a car that can perform well sometimes, but then we found ourselves in situations where the car isn't performing at all and we can't really point at the problem. It's very confusing, and I think we all talk about tires and stuff, but it is a bit confusing as to why we're so strong sometimes, and then even on tracks that look the same as say Barcelona, where we were strong, we struggle sometimes. So it's not like you can find a trend and say and zoom in on the problem. So it's a little bit confusing, but I think we're working very hard at trying to locate the problem and take a direction of where to look. I think it's easy to say that the tires aren't working, but there's got to be more to it than just temperatures and stuff. There's a lot of things to look at on a Formula 1 car, so it is a bit difficult at the moment. But this track has been good to us in the past, so fingers crossed it's the same this year.
Charles, coming on to you now. Do you expect to give Mercedes a harder time here than you did last weekend in Paul Ricard?
I think at the moment it's quite difficult. They seems very, very quick. They were extremely quick in Paul Ricard, especially in the race pace. So I think we are focusing on ourselves, trying to do the best job possible. But to be honest, it's quite difficult to be at their level.
Are you confident that whatever you changed will work here?
Oh yeah, I think it's just a general approach. I don't think it's something that I change only in Paul Ricard, but I'll probably change it for it. So I'm pretty sure that it was positive. So hopefully I can show it here too.
And Charles, when you're at a track like this, which is the shortest of the year in terms of lap time, how does that change your approach? Does it put more pressure on you during qualifying because the grid is that much closer in terms of time?
I love it. It's one of my favorite tracks actually. So I really enjoy having the short track. It reminds a little bit of the karting days. It doesn't put any more pressure for qualifying or less. It's just, I just enjoy driving here.
So could you maybe elaborate a bit more what you're working on, and do you feel more confident coming into this race weekend?
Yeah, overall, I think on the approach for the setup to try and anticipate the track evolution. On some track it's bigger than others, and I think most of the times when the track evolution was quite big, I was not in the best place, or not in the place I wanted to for Q3. I felt quite good in Q1, Q2 was worse, Q3 was even worse, so now I've just tried and analyzed that to understand what did I have to live with in Q1 to have the car I wanted in Q3, and it worked.
Max, thanks for waiting. Coming on to you now. Just tell us a little bit about the performance of the car, because you've now had 5 fourth place finishes.
Great.
How frustrating is that for you?
I wouldn't call it frustrating. I mean, it's not that I'm miles off. I always have. I don't know if it's a Ferrari in front of a Mercedes, but they're not that far away. But yeah, we just need to keep pushing hard to try and get more
performance out of the car, but also out of the engine at the moment. Yeah, we are clearly lacking a bit of pace from both sides, but still I always try to get the best out of it. And of course I'm not here to be fourth, you know. I want to win races, and it's not nice to drive around at this fourth spot. You know, it's just always just missing out, but that's how it is at the moment.
Does the RB15 have a particular weakness, or is it just not quick enough everywhere?
No, it's not that it's not quick enough everywhere. When you look to Paul Ricard, yeah, clearly lacking top speed, but also maybe 2-3 corners where compared to Mercedes we are lacking just cornering speed. If you compare to Ferrari, they're like a rocket on the straight, but in the corners we are a bit more competitive. So yeah, like I said, we just need to work on both sides to just try and get back onto that podium.
And you're expecting a large Dutch contingent in the grandstands this weekend?
Yeah, there will be a lot of orange, so of course it's always great to see, and it always brings a smile on my face while driving. So hopefully, yeah, I can give them a good result on Sunday.
Checo, scoring points again, would that make you happy enough, or can you look farther ahead, or you just don't know exactly where you're standing at this point?
No, definitely scoring points this weekend will be a good step. We're finding issues with the car every weekend, so we're getting, I think in Paul Ricard we were closer to the points. I think without my penalty we should have been just there into the points, so we're definitely making progress. But I think if we are able to score points this weekend, then he will put us back on track, and we got some bits coming for the coming races, so should be a good step forward.
As drivers, do you feel the sport's in crisis? What would be your answers, and not just for 2021, but for anything early doors going forward?
I wouldn't say the sport is in crisis, but definitely is losing interest from a lot of people. I mean, when you look last race, what happened at the midfield? Until the last lap, they decide who won the battle, you know. So I think that was incredible. I think the problem is more with the top teams, the difference that there is. I think the whole pack has to be a lot closer together, give equal opportunity to everyone, and have more teams capable of winning. And the way you do that is by making the rules a bit more complex and not so much gap between teams. That will be the best way to create interesting races.